the CFG GameCast, episode number 74, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Saturdays and the weekends and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, and so much more. So show us some love. Give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you on any of the podcast services out there, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today is my awesome co-host. We are down by one thanks to the holidays, but I got Lex in the second seat. How are you doing, girl?
I'm doing good. It was a week, it happened, and now we're here.
Oh yeah, well, how was your turkey day? What was going on with you on your turkey day?
It was good. So it was just of course, Dust lives with me, so but he had to work. He got off early, which was nice. So he got off a couple hours early, but Dad and I did the cooking as usual, and he got like the teeniest tiniest little turkey known to man. And we made like some like peewee, like red potatoes, sweet potatoes. I made my grandmother's stuffing, which I wish I could cut that recipe in half, because now I have a freezer full of it.
Oh my God.
Because I mean, normally like that yields for like four
It's a
other
lot of people.
right? And then everyone always, because it tastes better 2 days later. It's one of those kind of recipes, but it's not like I can make it 2 days prior and then reheat it. It doesn't work that way. So everyone would always everyone would bring a container and at least take 1 or 2 containers home. Sometimes I make a double batch because my cousin James would come into town. He's like, I want a whole batch to myself. I'm going to freeze it and eat it for the whole year. I'm like, if you want to kill yourself and give yourself a heart attack, go for it, man. And Harley had spent the night before. We did our because Retro requested that we do our pie stream, so we made pumpkin pie. We tried to make frozen bananas. They didn't work out so well. My freezer got turned down a little bit. That was a whole debacle, but it's okay. We wasted some chocolate. It wasn't a big deal. But yeah, we made a pumpkin pie. I taught her how to make Auntie Lexa's special spicy pumpkin pie, which by the way, I add nutmeg. Highly recommend to everyone else. And I also double the cinnamon, the ginger, and the clove to my pie because it's so good. Yeah.
Wow.
It's good. Yeah. So Monday, Tuesday, we had our stream, and then Wednesday. No, I took Tuesday off. I needed a mental health day. It was a rough day. So I streamed Monday. We did Bless, and then of course, Five Nights at Freddy's. Did we play that? No. I'm sorry. We played Layers of Fear. Loved it. By the way, I think that's a fantastic game. We are almost done with it. I think like 2 chapters left if you want to put it in that kind of categorical sense. We played Layers of Fear, loved it. Tuesday, unfortunately, I was not feeling great, so I took a mental health day. And then Wednesday, the girls came over. One of the girls and Harley did the pie stream, and we played Bless, and it was a lot of fun. It was great, and
Hey, you just have a very fun-filled week. Jesus,
I did, yeah, and it was good to see my
that's
dad.
what it sounds like.
And he got to meet his granddaughter, Jadzia, and he just loved her name. My uncle was like, "That's a stupid name," and my dad turned to his younger brother and was like, "You shut your mouth right now. That's my granddaughter, and that is a badass name because it's from Deep Space Nine." My uncle Bruce was like, "You guys are nerds." My dad's like, "I don't care how old we are. I'll kick you out this house right now." I was like, "Tell him, Daddy." But yeah,
Very much so.
It was delightful. I miss my family so much. It was my first year without seeing Danielle, my little cousin. She's like, my cousins and I, we have a small family, so we're real tight knit, and they're like siblings, not just cousins, And so it was a little sad. And Adam's family, I mean, I know he and I have only been dating for a little over 2 years, but his family is huge, and I love going to their like Christmas and Thanksgiving gatherings, and they always do it the day before, so that way like we can still do with other, like, the other half respective families the day of, which is always fantastic. And we didn't do any
That's
of
always the
that.
trick, though. I mean,
It
since there's no
is.
traveling and everyone's wanting to just have
Exactly.
to stay at home, it's just like, oh man, like we don't, we're just doing our own little small things and get-togethers, but it's still not the same. I mean, I definitely
No, yeah.
understand.
Well, and his whole family is, most of his family is here. But because there's a lot of high risk people, and his uncle and aunt, because we went to Florida earlier this year. When we got back, guess who magically got COVID? It wasn't us.
Uh,
So, it was kind of like, let's just not do it, because there's 50 people that show up to their grandma's house.
take a
It's
break.
Yeah, his family's huge. And I love that because I don't really have that anymore. My family used to be a lot bigger, but people unfortunately passed away as the years went on. And so now there's like six of us on my side. And then I go to his house and it's like there's 25 people. It's like, hey, Uncle Steve, let me make the rounds. I'll come back to you and we'll talk about Deep Space Nine or whatever. Um,
Man,
so yeah, that's
how it
kind of what we
normally
did.
goes.
Huh?
How it normally goes,
Yeah,
essentially.
essentially,
Yeah. So,
yeah. But it was good. I got to kind of get Judsy out of her shell a little more. She's a badass, y'all. You don't even know. But that was about it. Well, what did you do, buddy? What'd you do? Oh,
well,
shut up.
I was sick. So like
I know.
on
I'm
a
sorry.
Thursday on Thanksgiving, I just didn't I didn't eat anything. It was just like I decided to stay away. Hey, what's going on, unknown? Yeah, I've decided to stay away, not eat stay away from the family for the day or so, and yeah, and to stay in bed. I was in bed like literally all day on Thursday.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
then I
glad you
went
did.
to yeah, no, right? I definitely did. And I'm glad that I went by my family's house yesterday, and I know Smitty's expression is already like he's like, whoa, I can't believe I did that down there.
I know.
Oh my god, yeah, no, right? Yeah, so like, but
Me too.
it was nice and chill, I would say. Like I got a lot of stuff done. I actually got some. I did get a lot of. I got two platinum. I platinum two games last week,
Nice.
which is
Which
cool.
ones?
So Spider-Man Miles Morales was platinumed, and
Yeah, finish
One
Spider-Man.
Piece. It's a fun game. I'd say it's a better game than the original one, but and One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, it was also platinumed.
Never heard
So
of it.
I was oh yeah, it's great. It's a great little anime Muso game. But definitely had a really fun time doing that, and just kind of chilling. So but yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I
Glad.
feel like what sucks is that it's still like freaking 40 degrees here in Texas, and it's like so there's those times where you have those weird, chill moments, those cold
Yeah.
moments, and it's like, oh man, I can't believe it. It feels off.
Well,
So yeah, so
I,
it's
and I
that's
think
the one
it's
thing I'm trying to
hard.
get over.
I feel like Texas and well, I take that back. I was gonna say Texas and Vegas are a little similar in weather patterns. We were more consistent, whereas you guys, all of a sudden, it'll be 70 one day, and then the next it's 20, and it kind of bounces back and forth like that. Yesterday, it was nice in the afternoon. I would say like 4 o'clock. I was already wearing like a knit sweater because I had a birthday party for my best friend. She's in my pod, my circle pod. It was Brandy's birthday.
Mhm.
And we were gonna sit outside by the campfire after we ate crab, and like I had a blanket over my legs just because I was wearing holy jeans. But all of a sudden, it went from like 65 to 30, and we ran out of propane. We're playing cards, and I'm like, I can't shuffle anymore. Like, oh, it got cold. And then this morning, I went to unplug the front lights to the house, and I was like, I could walk outside with like my thin long sleeve and some thin pants and be okay to walk to the mailbox. It's not that chilly. We just get cold at night because we're in the desert. But yeah, I
Yeah,
feel you. Well, I'm glad you're
that's
feeling
good.
better, buddy. Smitty, how was
Oh
your
yeah.
week?
he's just no, he's just
Nothing.
frozen in time. He's just
Ah,
so
okay.
surprised about how everything went.
I know.
Yeah, he's just so smitten about it. Like, what? Y'all
No,
did all
shh.
that?
You're
Yeah,
supposed. You're
I know, right?
supposed. Here. Ask him how he's doing. Ask him how he's doing.
How are you doing, Smitty?
Oh, it was real good, you guys. I had a great weekend. It was fantastic.
Yeah, out in the boondocks. We don't know
Middle
where
of
you're at,
nowhere.
pretty much. All right, I'm pretty sure everyone else doesn't want to
Yeah.
see know what else how our Thanksgiving and stuff went. So let's stop. Let's do the normal rigmarole like we like to normally do. Each of us chooses a topic of discussion of within video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be about a specific game or something that happened in the gaming industry itself. And we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want everyone that's listening on Twitch right now live to be a part of the conversation. So if there's something that you see or something that you want to chime in on, by all means, just put it inside the chat. We will put it as a part of our conversation, and we will discuss. So
Right.
let's get this party started. Let's start you off with Lex's topic. What do you bring into the table?
So I I thought this was pretty interesting. Because I felt like this week was a little. I mean, there was some news, but not like anything that like really jumped out at me. So we all know PlayStation 5 came out, and there are moms all over Twitter blaming adults for buying all the PlayStations. That's not my fault, Karen. I didn't even buy one. So how it works is if you've owned a Sony PlayStation before, like PlayStation 4, you have the store, but you get the membership, which basically is called PS Plus. You get to go online to play games with other players, not just single story, not online scenarios. But PS5, it's different. So um theirs is called the collection. And if you get it, you then get perks where you get games, such as I lost my little area. You get
You
uh
essentially get like 20 different, almost 20
yeah, but you
games,
get like good
PS4 games.
titles, and quite a lot too. So, and it's worth hundreds of dollars is basically like the amount of games that is worth. God of War is one of them. And that's just one of the AAA titles that you get access to with your PlayStation 5 collection account. So now here's what people are doing. I'm going to go step by step and explain this to you to make it easier for you. However, I am in no way condoning it. Say that you should do it, and I'll tell you why at the end. So, PlayStation 5 owners came up with this great idea that they could sell their games to
I wouldn't
PlayStation.
say I would say great idea, but go on, continue.
Well, they thought it was ingenious at the time, but I'll tell you why in a minute. So pay attention, guys. So PlayStation 5 people were selling that collection of games to PlayStation 4 people. And how they were doing it is this: a PlayStation 5 owner sells access to a PlayStation 4 player. So PlayStation 5 person, PlayStation 4 person, okay? So PlayStation 4 user hands over their login details to the PlayStation 5 seller. That person then logs in with their details on the PS5 and claims the titles. Then the PlayStation 5 owner signs out a PlayStation 4 person who purchased this from them. And then of course that user will then change their password so PlayStation 5 person cannot go back in, right? Bada bing, bada boom. Well, guess what's happened? Sony figured it out, and now you are banned. And not just banned, they're taking away your internet access on your PlayStation 5. So it's not like they're like, well, screw you. You can't play these titles. No, no. You can play your games, but now you can't go online. They've taken that away completely. Now, what happens to the PlayStation 4 is a little different. The people who are purchasing games from the PlayStation 5 account, they get a ban for about 2 months. So the bans themselves aren't permanent for PlayStation 4, but for PlayStation 5, and I quote, that perform this trick will be restricted from ever connecting to the PlayStation network, rendering the system nearly entirely useless, especially given the console's reliance on an online connection. So we, now me and Davis kind of discussed like, okay, well, wouldn't you just, there's ways we think there might be a way around this, but I digress. I'm going to keep going. So as an added irony though, the PlayStation Plus collection titles, like all PS Plus free games, the software requires an online connection to allow players to access that library. So now PlayStation 5 people can't access their library. So now they're saying that basically if you do this as a PlayStation 5 owner, you sell your games to someone who has a PlayStation 4, you are then basically going to have to purchase another PlayStation 5. But then Davis and I are like, wouldn't you just reformat your hard drive and create a new account and lose out on the games you may have purchased and the PlayStation Plus collection instead of having to spend another $500? Right? I mean,
Well, I mean, it's like it's a little bit of a. I think it's a little bit of a catch-22 because I already said earlier. I think one of the biggest problems I think with this, I love unknowns things. That sucks for them. I know, right? I kind of, I'm kind of in the same boat with unknown. I mean, you can't really judge PlayStation to do something like that because you need to set an example
right.
for
Oh,
what you're wanting to
absolutely.
do for these kind of games. And secondly, I can understand if it was like if they were offering like one game or maybe two games, maybe I would be like a little bit more lenient. But they are
No.
giving you a library of PlayStation 4 hits, like a
Huge
giant
library.
library of PlayStation 4 hits, and then what they're trying to do is like people are trying to pull a fast one over the PlayStation themselves on doing what they're trying to do just to get the extra money from these games that they don't even really own, you know. So like my overall thing is this, like there's and I know how you're describing like what we could have done, what they could do to avoid it, but because how wacky the PlayStation Network is initially,
Mhm.
like has always been made, it's a bigger deal because like I mean like people like me or like I've had a PlayStation Plus account for almost for over 10 years,
Right.
and then just to say that you need to start over again is quite bad. It's just
I
like
know.
it's ridiculous. And I think that and that would that is like and immediately when they tell you, okay, if you do this again, you're going to lose all of that. You're going to lose your profiles. You won't be able to access some of the all that stuff, your digital games that you purchase, all these different kinds of things that you've done in those 10 years. And you remember like what maybe like 2 years ago you're just finally able to change the name of your account, you know. So
Right.
like it's yeah, it's really been really crappy when it comes to this, but like overall like it's just like PlayStation a long time ago, like when in its infantile states of like of the PlayStation Network and stuff, they were for sharing their games for the longest of
Yeah.
time on like PlayStation 3 and stuff, but eventually they decided to start honing that down because people were taking strong advantage of that. Now like now this is essentially what they were trying it's essentially this again, and I can't really blame them for them trying to act this
Ooh,
extreme on this because it's really messed up, you know.
dumb question coming in because I
Yeah.
remember when you and Smitty were both setting up your PlayStation 5s.
Hmm.
Um, didn't Smitty have to create a new account for the PlayStation 5?
No, no, he did not. He just needed
Oh.
to log into his PlayStation account and then be able then it will ask him to if he wants to transfer stuff over,
So
and then what he.
now let me say something. So let's say you get a PlayStation 5. You create a separate account from your PlayStation 4.
Mhm,
Let's say you're smart enough to do that before you sold your collection, right?
mhm, mhm.
Now you're not losing out on all the other games that you previously had if you
No,
just reformat.
no, you would still lose all of that because there's not a way to transfer like if you have a PlayStation 4 account. Oh, the point of the matter is that your account needs to be fluid from system to system to system. That's exactly where it needs to be. Like how Xbox Live owners have
Mhm.
had the same account since Xbox Live first started on the original Xbox, and they still have access to all the stuff that they've done
Your Alexa just went
since
off,
then.
didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, since then. So like yeah, so like
Well, no,
out
I
of
know
all that,
that. I'm
yeah,
saying,
so
like, hypothetically speaking, though, like, if you
mhm,
were to you're a PlayStation 4 owner, you buy the PlayStation 5, you already
mhm,
have this scheme in your head. You log in, but create a new login, right? Not the
mhm,
PlayStation 4 login, a separate one. Like, let's say if you did that and then sold your games, Sony catches you, bam, you're in Sony jail, um,
mhm.
go straight to jail. And then you reformat your hard drive, sign in with your PlayStation 4 account, like, oh, nope, no, this is a brand new PlayStation. I don't know what you're talking about. And then you would have to obviously repurchase the Plus
Hmm.
collection for the PlayStation 5 because different account, and you've reformatted your hard drive, and hopefully you didn't download anything yet, or buy anything besides that Plus account.
Well,
Well,
the PlayStation Collection is
no.
well, no, because the PlayStation Collection is an exclusive for first time PS5 owners for the first release of it. So like, there's a certain it's a time frame period of when the where they're offering this to you. So like, you have
Uh,
like 3 months. So like, let's say theoretically that I do what you said. Let's say I didn't like the PS5. Let's say I decided to go to GameStop and sell the PS5. The next person that comes in with my PS5, my used PS5, they won't get access to the PlayStation Plus collection. Is what I'm saying, because
oh,
it's already been used. It's like when you do that. So yeah,
that's
so like, yeah, because it's like a here you go. We know we don't have enough games. We only have 4 games that's
Mark
currently out,
Christmas.
but here's something on
Oh,
us for that. Yeah, so that's how that works.
got
Uh,
it.
Unknown says, not sure I should bring this up, but a lot of people share
Accounts.
accounts to game share. Yeah, I feel like Sony should do something on those accounts too. They try. I mean, you can only do so much where it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like, because it's really hard
I
to
game
police.
share though, with my Steam's account, with my Steam accounts.
Yeah, but they allow you to game share on your Steam
Yeah,
account.
they do.
I
The
mean,
PlayStation, I never did. I had let
they,
someone use my login one time, or they knew my
mm,
login, and
mhm.
they tried to destroy my PlayStation essentially
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I wouldn't
like a
trust.
few states over, and I was like, I have to have a password on my thing now, and I sometimes I forget, and I'm like, don't think about it. And I have to like close my eyes and touch
Mhm.
the controller to get into my PlayStation now, which is so
Yeah.
stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know what you mean, but like, I think
Yeah.
overall, like, yeah, because I mean, like I said, like, it's funny because now, so like I said before, Sony's now against game sharing, which as well as they should, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like, but back in the like when PS3 was there, they were for it big time because you could share with, I believe it was 5 different systems, your game and stuff, to 5 different accounts and stuff when they decided to change all of this, which is crazy. But like, even, I mean, I think we're kind of going off of the topic from here, but
Right.
like overall,
I was just
from what I'm
curious.
saying, no, but that's cool. But like, I think overall though, like, I think the way that they did that they're doing this, I can't say that Sony's the bad guy on this.
Mm-mm.
They're really not. I mean, like, especially like, if people are taking the chance for them to go into their PS5 account to do that, that's
Yeah.
like, you're going by the honor system that they're not going to get more than what they paid for, because they're like saying, okay, you want to get Devil or Uncharted 4 or something, okay, here you
Yeah.
go. Who's to stop them if they decide to just get every game that's available to them?
Right.
So so who knows?
I mean,
Yeah.
these stupid games get stupid prices. You know what I mean? It's just one of those. I don't think Sony's in the wrong for this. Like, I get it, and I understand why this is much easier to catch, just because, obviously there was a smaller count that went out as far as like mass production was concerned. Because of COVID, the first push out was smaller, and so it's a
Hmm.
little easier to tell on their end, with unknown, bringing up the comment like, other people share accounts too. Yeah, that's a little harder to catch, whereas this is kind of like blatantly obvious on their
Hmm.
back end to Sony. You know what I mean? So I get why they're catching it. And some articles were like, well, the PlayStation 4 people, they're barely they're getting away scot free. Not really. They really aren't though. And uh, you know,
No, I kind of find funny about that. Like, I mean, like, first off, I think that they should. Well, the way that they're doing these bans are weird to me because, like, okay, so the people who have PS4 accounts and they're letting the people that bought the accounts, knowing that they were doing what they were doing was wrong or
right.
was circumventing what they were normally doing. They're only getting 2-month bans. It's like, why is it not as harsh as what it would have been if for the PS5 owner and then initially? Because like, I understand that the PS5 owner is the one that initialized it,
Right.
But at the same time, they're both in the wrong of doing this. Because it's not a normal transaction on what you're doing, on getting with the games that you're trying
I
to
think
get.
I know why though.
All right,
It
why?
it's pushing them to then purchase a PS5. Think about it. Like if they permanently ban them, what's going to stop them from being like, "Well, screw PlayStation. I'll go over to Xbox or PC Master Race." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In this
Mm-hmm.
way, it's like, "Okay, yep, I got a slap on the wrist. Oh, woe is me." But maybe that person that sold me their games gave me my money back and now I can save up and buy a PlayStation 5. Maybe, I don't know.
Who
That's just kind
knows?
of my thought on it. They don't want to lose that customer, like, whereas the person who purchased a PlayStation 5, they already purchased a PlayStation 5. Like, you
Yeah.
screwed up, you took advantage of the system. Bye-bye. We already got your money, man. So
Yeah. It's
you're bad, bro.
it's funny to me that this is like this was something. Actually, someone asked me about this the other day too, and I was like, well, I mean, what would you expect them to do?
Right.
It's like, of course they're going to act up on this. Their TOS literally says not to game share.
Mhm.
So like, I mean, like they're going to definitely go on. Especially they're giving the games away. They're giving the games away to the person for free on the PS5 that may or may not have a game that they initially bought for the system.
Yeah.
So like, it's like, come on, man. That's just that's just a bad taste. Because I mean, come on, most of the games, for the most part, besides Spider-Man, and Demon Souls, I mean, what else is there? Godfall, Call of Duty. I mean, I'm cool. I mean, most of that it's all right, So who knows? Yeah,
I
it's
still need to play God of War.
Oh God, you can play God of War. You do not have. I will give you my copy of God of War.
Really? I'll
Yeah,
take
because I
it.
already got. They gave me the digital copy. They gave me the digital copy for the PlayStation collection on the PS5. So I'm not.
Wait, is it the first one or the second one?
No, this is the only one that came out on the PS4.
Okay, yeah, because I've never played God of War, and I really
Actually, if you
it.
want, I can give you all the duplicate games that I have, and then and maybe just send it to you, because like because like I said, I don't need it anymore. I got it on my PS5 account, so I don't need them anymore, and it's just taking space up.
Okay.
So yeah, because dude, like the list of look at this. It's funny. Let's find the list again. The PlayStation collection list is huge.
It's ridiculous.
So
we got into a tiff before this, guys. He was like, "Okay, so you're going to talk about the PlayStation collection?" I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm talking about the fan." And he was like, "That's the same thing." I'm like, "But it's not."
It is the same thing.
I know.
This is exactly what they're arguing. I was going to say.
It's not, but it is. Like, yes, it's about the PlayStation collection, but I don't know all the games that's in it because it's extensive. Like,
this is a
I
large
tried
list.
to memorize like the first 10, and I was like, did I look at anything? Like, my brain just died. Shoot.
Here's the PlayStation collection list that they have. They have Batman Arkham Knight, Battlefield 1, Bloodborne, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, Fallout 4, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, God of War, Infamous Second Son, Monster Hunter World, Mortal Kombat 10, Persona 5, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil 7, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Uncharted 4, and Until Dawn. That is 20 something games that they're giving to you for free on the PlayStation 5. That's 20, all the games.
Yeah, most of those are $60 games. 20 times 60. Yes. Do the math. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I have doubles. I know, and I surely don't need, and I know I will never come back to it. So I'd rather give it to someone that would be willing to play them than go to GameStop and just get like $2 for
it. I'd be happy to play them. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and we have two PlayStations too. So even if it's not necessarily a game that I would want to play, I know his PlayStation collects dust because there's nothing on it right now that he wants to play, but that's not always the case. Sometimes he really does want to play on the PlayStation.
Yeah, do you see the back of my look at the back of my
I know, it's ridiculous.
So I know I'm cool with it.
I'm down.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
All right. All right, so now it is my turn.
Your turn.
Yes, here we go. And my turn is I'm going to be going back to what I was talking about a couple of weeks ago about Square Enix's issues that they got from their gigantic loss of Marvel Avengers. So I was under the assumption that they're just going to give up because I don't think that they were wanting to waste their time
Right.
and they're wanting to cut ties. But apparently, I was wrong on that. So
I
apparently,
told you.
yeah, apparently, they are actually going to try to they're going to fast track some of their expansions to the Avenger series because there's one thing I didn't know about this, but Marvel Avengers still hasn't made up for the development cost for it yet.
No.
So that's really that's scary.
Yeah.
It's been 4 months and it still hasn't recuperate. But yeah. So the website Xputer, a guy named Faizan Ahmed, wrote down that what they're planning on doing is that they're planning on not fast tracking, but they're going to be doing quote unquote extensive additional content for Marvel's Avengers to kind of rejuvenate its sales for it. So what they're planning on doing is like last week they already announced that the Kate Bishop gameplay is going to be added to the game here. So it's going to be coming I believe it's coming fairly soon. That's the first expansion that they're adding to the game, but they're planning on doing additional bonus expansions as well as like new skins, new characters and stuff extensively to try to entice people to come back to the game to play some more of it. So for me, like I've said, I want to play this game. I'm not like in the dire need of playing this game immediately. I've just said, okay, let's just wait till all of it comes out because I did not want to spend $60 for this game. Uh, this is I guess it's good news, but I feel it might be too late. It's already too late because when you well I mean come on dude, like when the game loses its community, like the amount of people that has lost in its community, they've lost 98 of their returning player base in this game,
Right.
and it's only been 3 months, and then you're telling them to come back. Like at best I don't think that you're probably going to get maybe 20 maybe 25% back, briefly towards this. So like how the real question is how much time are you going to invest into trying to bring the community back into caring about this game again? And I don't feel like I don't feel that, and I think that's a legitimate question if they're wasting if it feels like they're wasting their time on trying to recuperate it or just try to go to the next thing and see what they're going to do with this. So I mean, so I was trying to get your thoughts of it. If you think this is a good move on Square's behalf, or how you feel this, what they're planning on doing.
So I I was waiting for a few bugs to get through with it before I started it. I do really want to play this game. I am a huge Marvel Avengers fan. I'm a big Marvel fan in general. Like over Marvel VDC, like I've always been a Marvel fan. You know, I like where and if you haven't kept up with I know a lot of people are into like the cinematics, which is great, but the comic books are still amazing. And if you don't keep up with them, honestly, you really should. Like the direction that they've gone, you know what I mean? Like it's not like Tony's not in it anymore. And you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things that in the cinematic world, like Tony just died, whereas that's not the case. Tony has not been Iron Man for quite a while. Thor is not male. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot, like Kate Bishop is Hawkeye, and there's a lot of reason, there's a lot of things that happened in the comic book series that I found really fascinating. I am a huge comic book nerd. I unfortunately had to stop like all of my subscriptions because it was just getting to a point where I was like, I can't afford
Wow,
my
this
addiction.
is too expensive.
It is expensive. And like I wasn't even opening them. I was saving them to resell and I was only looking at the digital copies and it's like, oh, shut up. Like, what are you doing? So I did want to play this. I thought, I thought it would be really good, great, a really great game. Um, is it perfect right now? No. I feel like I'm holding out hope, not to the extent that Smitty's holding out hope for Anthem.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more than welcome to make his face big that I just called out his game. Um, but I am holding out hope that they will get the little bit of glitches, like get it going, because you can bring back a game once. Some games at launch that are supposed to be AAA games suck, and they get worked on and they get brought back and they're amazing. Sometimes they just aren't, and that's a drop in the bucket and it happens. I don't think this is going to be one of those games though. I think they're
It's
going.
fairly rare for that to happen, though. It's just it's
Right.
fairly.
What are you typing in,
Oh,
sir? You gonna
oh,
dox
my mistake.
yourself?
Yeah, I was actually getting some free birds. I did dox myself. My bad. I was actually trying to get my address on it. Thanks for it, but continue on. I did dox myself. My bad.
Wow, you're gonna have to move now, buddy.
I'm
Um,
moving.
no, I think there's still hope. I think this game can get better. You know what I mean? And I give slack to certain games, like with Spider-Man. And like I have to take pictures, Ugh! But I can't wait to
Mm.
play Miles Morales, so I'm gonna suck it up and get through it. You know what I mean? Um, Dust is laughing at.
I know, right?
I think I I feel like it's worth the playthrough. And again, like I'm just waiting for a few, just a couple smidges of the glitching. Poor Dust, like I said before in the previous podcast, if you didn't catch it, he was playing this game, and I am that girlfriend that comes in to ask you questions, because though I can hear him in the other room, if I yell from the other room, even though it shares a wall, he can't hear me. So I have to go in, and he's sweet and he'll pause and give me his full attention. And then would go to unpause, and as I'm walking away, I would hear because he can't get it to come back up, and it would crash, and I would feel terrible, and I would do
Is
this.
there still glitches? Are there still glitches like that in the game?
I don't think it's as bad. You
Okay,
That would be a
that's
Dust
crazy.
question. But I don't know. I also my I think Jersey might have asked me about playing this game. Because I think she'd heard in one of the podcasts that Dust had been playing, and she was like, "Well, if Uncle Dust is playing W2 Habit, right? And then I could play it." And I was like,
Hmm.
"Yeah."
Well,
So
overall, like, but still, like, overall, like, the problem I'm having is this. It's like this was a triple A. I mean,
you
this was
think
a
it
triple A
died in the
budget.
water?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, you can't beat.
I
You
know.
you can't go into a game and then end up. Oh,
But I
sorry.
but I don't think
You
they're
can't.
beating a dead horse here. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean? I
I
I
think they
don't know.
did. I mean,
No,
because
Anthem
like
is
they,
the dead horse. That's
well,
a dead horse. It's bleeding
Anthem
out of
has
all
more.
orifices.
Anthem has more of somewhat of a community than what they've claimed what this game has, because this game said that they lost 98% of their people. 98% is quite a bit. So like I'm just saying that like for them to kind of keep up with these like these expansion updates or what they're
Yeah,
wanting to do with this stuff. It's kind of like if you have an MMO, you play an MMO itself,
right.
and then you realize that that your community base has dropped from thousands of people to maybe 100 people.
Mhm.
Like, you're not going to put as much money into it, because that's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, a waste of resources to put to try to bring people back. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can still do it, but
I think they
but you're
can do
not going
it.
to put most of your money on that chance of people coming back.
Right.
So that, yeah,
Well,
so
again, but the Avengers like universe in itself is so large. I think that those initial people that played it, uh maybe not even half of them will come back, but there's such a large market for the Avengers in general. I think, you know if they come back and they do the correct marketing for it, I don't think that they'll have a problem creating a new fan base for it. But again,
mm,
we don't know. You know what, here's what I'm gonna do. I will play it. And maybe not next week, but the week after. Let me get like a good like 15 hours in on it, and I'll
Okay.
let you know what I think. Not this next podcast, but the podcast after. I'll come back with like a little bit of a better review, because like I said, I haven't played it. I also haven't played like the newer updates that have come out. I've just been watching secondhand over Dust's shoulders, and he really enjoyed it, crashing on him and all. He is one of the most patient people I know, but just with me and not with anything else. And so for him to be that patient, I knew it was good. Again, there were a lot of bugs, and that was to be expected. But yeah, I'll play it, and I'll give you a more of a better overview once I, put 10, 15 hours into it.
Oh, okay,
It's
sounds
kind
good.
of
Well,
how I
sounds
feel.
good. Well, like I said, I'm eventually going to get to it. I've just seen like prices, like the one thing that's really discouraging to me was like when you actually like, let's say you buy a game that's at $60, and then let's
Right.
say like 2 weeks later, like for instance, I think one of the most annoying ones for me was Watch Dogs Legions came out in
Oh, yeah.
mid November, and then like
Mhm.
beginning of November. It came out the beginning of November, and then because of Black Friday, these prices, I think the lowest I've seen it was for $20. And I was just like, that is literally 2 weeks later and stuff like that. Marvel Avengers is around there too, because like I was like,
Mhm.
I was thinking about picking it up, but then I realized it's coming out on PS5, and by the time it comes out on PS5, I'm just gonna wait for all of that, all that quote unquote content that they're making
Mhm.
all in one, hopefully all in one spot,
One swoop.
so like, yeah, one swoop, so I don't have to worry about like downloading an
Yeah.
extra and all this extra stuff. So but yeah, so I mean, yeah, but just let me like, I'm not discouraged of saying I'm not going to play the game. I'm going to play
Right.
the game, but it would piss me off to play this game that's not completed. That's what would piss me off towards it, and I'm going to
Yeah.
try to give it a fair shake. Is what I'm coming is where I'm coming at with this.
Yeah. No, I get it. I feel like I have commentary on like the Marvel universe in and of itself, and like what I've seen of
Mhm.
Dust playing the game, but that was at this point a couple months ago, you know.
Mm.
And so I don't know. I want to play it myself before. I don't think it's gonna be shot in the water. I hope it's not. I mean, there are other games that poor Smitty still holds out hope for. Hopefully he's gonna come back.
Oh yeah.
This is the one game that I was excited for. I love the Marvels. I When it comes to like Star Trek and Marvel trivia, I will blow people up with my nerdiness. You know what I mean? And I was excited for this game. So, I do want to play it, but he was like, it keeps crashing. I was like, if it crashes my computer, I'm gonna be pissed. So,
That's funny.
uh,
Like day night. It's like, oh, I thought Smitty was here. So
he's
the photo works. Yeah, he's just shocked.
yeah.
He's super shocked about the conversation we're having about the Marvel's Avengers. That's why.
And because I told him that Anthem is dead in the water.
Yes, he's just his face is frozen. So I mean, just remember. Oh, I love that. That was such a good idea. Lex, it's not even funny, but yeah. So I mean, it's just yeah.
Yes.
We'll wait and see. I'm definitely, like I said, definitely going to play the game, and but definitely not going to hold the judgment on it. And to be honest with you, it's the best thing to do is what I'm doing right now. So I can't rag on this game, because I'd be
Right.
like pissed if I spent $60 on this game,
Yeah.
this game itself. So, oh man, okay. So normally we have a third topic, and but we don't have
Uh,
a third person, so we're just gonna. So
mm.
I was just gonna go, and actually there was something I did wanted to mention about this. It's like was Black Friday.
Yeah.
Um.
I didn't buy
Uh.
nothing.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I'm actually surprised. I lied. I did buy something.
Oh, you lied
I
to me? Ah,
Yeah, I did lie to you. It's
rude.
very easy to. Yes. So I did buy something. I bought an M.2 hard drive, because for the computer that is sitting in my living room, because I don't have a freaking video card yet.
Mhm.
I probably won't wait. I probably won't get one until
Mhm.
next year. So that means
Mhm.
Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be on hold until next year for me to play. So we'll see.
Wow.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how that's going to go. Yeah, but like there were actually some very good Black Friday sales
There
though.
was.
Like I told it's funny because I told Smitty about like I was going to get Dragon Ball Z Kakarot because I said the $60 is too much for that game. I was gonna wait till it hits down to like 20. Then I saw it for $14, and I was like, sold and stuff. But yeah, I mean, there was a hold on, there was a list of stuff I was actually gonna show, let y'all know.
Ooh.
Give me a minute. See if I don't dox myself on that either.
Please don't.
Let's see. The meantime, you can mingle, you can mingle, you can jingle.
Hi guys. Do you want to see the kitten? I can grab her. Where is she?
I was like, Smitty, sure can hold that face.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would be painful. Yeah. I remember I had a day in my life where I had to take hundreds and hundreds of photos, and by the end of the day, like my cheeks would quiver when I had to smile. It was terrible. I want to make sure I don't accidentally run over. Here, hold on. I'll grab Jadzia.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, there's also right now a PlayStation Store, giant PlayStation Store Black Friday digital sale too that is actually worth looking at. So I would definitely take a look at that stuff here.
Go. I got a kitty.
Best video game deals in Black. Okay, here we go. You?
So
Do you? Cute. I like the Dragon Ball games. Still need to try that one. Yeah, day and night. The best time to get it is now because, like I said, the Black Friday, like normally that game's like 40 to $60. Now it's now it was I bought mine yesterday for $14.99. So nice. I would definitely take a look at definitely take a look at some of this stuff. The stuff. So there's also like the bundle. They actually have Nintendo Switch bundles in. If you can't find the PS5 or a Series X/S, they actually have Nintendo Switches that are currently in stock. Actually, I was thinking about purchasing a Animal Crossing Switch because they have an Animal Crossing Special Edition Switch that has. Yeah, they do. And I was actually I don't know I want to give that I would want to give that away, do a giveaway for that. I was thinking about it, but that would be freaking awesome. I would
say. How much is the Animal Crossing?
Same price.
Is it a light or a regular?
No, it's a regular.
Hold on,
it's a regular Switch.
Looks like.
You haven't seen that? Oh, that thing is great looking. That thing, like, it looks like it's nice.
Hold on.
Nice.
I'll be angry type.
Oh God, here we go. Here we go. You're the one thing. The one thing you have to give the one thing you get that you got to give Nintendo is that they keep their values on their systems. It's freaking ridiculous on like or their games because their games like it's insane.
There's a bunch of different ones though, right?
What do you mean?
Or no, is it the Tom Nook one?
Like yeah, it's the Tom Nook one.
Oh, he's a freaking thief! I don't want Tom Nook on my thing. He's a thief. He's gonna be assassinated on my.
Jesus.
I don't.
Why are you gonna kill? Why are you gonna kill him?
I didn't say I was going to. I said he's going to.
Well, that's like first. That's first.
It's thievery.
That's firsthand knowledge. So I mean, why would I not expect that to be? I'm tempted to try Animal Crossing. People saying it's good. It is. It's a real fun game.
Every day.
Yeah, it's surprising.
I know. I'm gonna finally. I chopped down all of my trees yesterday, or was it the day before? And I've plowed a bunch of my land. Essentially, I'm gonna do the big move around of my island and get it all set up real nice. Because I've been waiting to do that, so I think that's what I'm gonna do tonight.
Oh, really? So there you go. Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Blocking the chat. I can't see the chat.
Yeah, the old one. I mean, the new one was the new one is actually I'd say it's probably the best one.
Yeah, I think, it's really good.
When it comes down to it, I mean the other ones were still good, but the new ones it's just really good and more laid out. I would definitely suggest.
Yeah,
but then again, they also got I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
Because Carly, my god sister, she's a couple years younger than me, and she's always into like cutesy stuff like that. And she played Animal Crossing, and every time she'd be in town, she'd always have her little console, and she'd be playing that, and it was cute. I feel like this one though, like it's definitely cuter in the cute
Mm-hmm.
factor. I was trying to
Mm-hmm.
explain it to like my mom. She was like, "What's Animal Crossing?" I was like, "It's kind of like Polly Pockets."
What? It's not like Polly
It
Pocket. What are you
is,
talking
like the
about?
little like the little human characters look like little Polly Pockets,
You
and then
compare
you kind
Polly
of have,
Pocket.
like,
You compare Polly Pocket to this. You can't.
the original Pollys? Yeah, because 'cause they're, like, little, and, like, you have a little island, and it's kinda like your little shut up.
I would say closer to the Sims than Polly Pocket.
I hated The Sims, no.
Oh my god.
I know, I was not a Sims fan. I was like, "I can do that in real life, why would I do it in a game?"
Um, hey, you can play God. Like when you can go into when you put a person in a
I mean,
pool,
you
then you remove the ladder, and then they can't get out the pool.
you did that's terrible!
I'm just saying that you
That's
could
just
do things like
great
that.
narcissistic, horrible human beings. It's not a game.
It's not being narcissistic. It's just called playing God. I mean, that's just how it goes. I mean, come on. You can't judge me on that. All right.
Oh, you've been judged, and harshly, sir.
That's how dare you. But anyways,
Mhm.
all right, we'll cut this short.
I thought you had another topic. You said I was supposed to entertain people.
Oh, I was going to say, oh, that's right. I totally forgot. Okay, so I got some of the stuff. Well, I mean, some of the stuff that you can actually currently
Black Friday.
find though. If you don't murder your Sims in The Sims, you didn't really play the game. Indeed, that is true facts by one very wise man. So just say, there you go. See, playing God. Okay, so yeah, so on Black Friday right now, the Nintendo is also having a giant sale. They have like Luigi's Mansion. Oh, some of the games. If you have not played Luigi's Mansion on the Switch, that is one that you should definitely pick up. It's a really good action
I
game,
have it.
and I think it's really you have it, or
Mhm.
do you not? Oh, you
I
do?
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a real fun game. It's $40 on Amazon. Super Mario Maker is a fun randomizing game, and Mario Party as well, $40 as well. There's actually surprisingly a tier lower from Nintendo. That's a Nintendo game, which was Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, really good game too. Splatoon 2. They're both like $25, which is I've never heard of Nintendo classic games go that low.
No.
So that's pretty
I want to
interesting.
play Paper Mario. That's the one I want.
Paper Mario, I haven't tried that one, but the new one, I haven't tried the new one. So we'll definitely see. Trials of Mana is a real good game too. It's $20 right now, so definitely check that out. But yeah, so but I mean, there's just a ton of stuff. If you just go to your website, like if you go to Best Buy, GameStop, Amazon.com, especially since Cyber Monday is going to be tomorrow, there's just so many really good deals to go check out some really cool games. So I will definitely suggest for anyone to go check some stuff out. So
My problem is I look at stuff for myself, and I need to buy for other people. But I think I've got like a good list going. I think
mhm.
of like my dad was like, I just need a new toiletry bag. I was like, okay, Adam, you're a man. Can you look at a good guy? Help me out. And he sent me one. I was like, that looks similar to what he had before. Perfect. I'll get him that.
Then you just go out and
Yeah.
just go buy Luigi's Mansion for him.
Well, no, he's been playing Luigi's Mansion with me. We have it already on the Switch. Because there's
Mhm.
certain things in that game I can't see, and so he was helping me, and so we've kind of been playing that game as like a couple, which is kind of fun. Because he
That's
started
cool.
playing Animal Crossing with me, built his house on the beach.
That's
Horrible.
Dust. Wasn't that Dust?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, the girls, when
yeah.
it comes to like those games, they don't have a console system, so they come over here to play that kind of stuff. They have tablets, that's it. So, and half the time one of them's grounded and can't play with the tablet or whatever. So, yeah,
They're
it's
bad boys
girls.
or bad girls. There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. But yeah, no,
All
that's
right.
fine. But yeah, I think that's it,
Lex.
right?
Yes, that is it. What are your plans for the week?
Well, need to go do some. Oh, we need to go. Our Christmas, like our string light for the Christmas tree, all three sets burnt out, and I could sit
Wow.
there and redo it, like old school style because they were old school strands.
Hmm.
But I also don't want to catch my house on fire, so we're gonna go to Home Depot and get a strand because I was gonna put my Christmas tree up in here like I normally do every year, but there's a kitten that is being housed in here, and I don't know how much of a good idea that is because she won't go downstairs. She's too scared. She just stays up here when the doors are open.
She has never gone downstairs.
She has, but she gets scared and she runs back up.
Oh wow.
She
Okay.
hasn't gotten comfortable enough yet. So like, but we've also learned our lesson not to let her like free roam at night.
Hmm.
She sleeps in here. That is that. Because she's like, run, 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 run. Oh, I have to potty. I know the litter box is in the other room, but I don't care. And it's like, oh no. So yeah.
Found a lot of different surprises in different spots. Oh,
Oh,
that's
Adam's
terrible.
curtains. Yep. He had taken a
Ugh,
curtain down
gross.
because he was kind of like he came up with a genius idea. Like half his window is green screen and then he uses a bar that comes across behind him and then
Hmm.
the other half is a curtain. But he had taken because there was two curtains and he took one off to do that like setup and it was ingenious. But he had folded it nicely and put it on the floor instead of putting it away and the cat was like, well, this is a fine and dandy place for me to go potty.
Oh,
And if you've ever
gee.
had a kitten, especially one that has just gotten off formula and is now trying to eat kitten food, it is stinky, it is gross, the food smell, their poop's
Mhm.
even worse. So it's pretty
How do
terrible.
you get into this point every time somehow? Like
I
about
don't
about
know.
the bathroom. But Jesus,
It
are you
was a
streaming this week?
Yeah. I think there's only one day, Tuesday, because that's technical. I have a family thing to do. But yeah, the rest of the week, Bless, of course. I've been doing pretty good with the 2 o'clock schedule, playing Bless until 6, and then moving into
Yeah, you've been doing.
games.
Yeah, you've been crushing it with Bless, man.
Dude, I want to catch up, man. And
Can you
then
catch up to her? Is the question. It's pretty.
she's on Xbox again right now, so I think she's in the 20s right now on PlayStation, and she invited
Hmm.
me into her guild, so I feel special.
Oh
But
wow.
Ravage has been playing, and he caught up to me. And so now I have somebody to play Blast with during the day, which is fun. And
I'm
then
not that far off from you either. I'm level. I believe I'm level 11.
oh yeah,
So.
I'm almost. I think I'm 15 now.
Hmm.
And then we're almost done with Layers of Fear. I'm pissed because I'm stuck in I wanted to finish Sister Location. Like that was kind of like one of my 2020 goals was to finish Sister Location. I'm at a
Hmm.
part where I'm stuck in the suit and I've watched videos cuz Markiplier got stuck for days in this section. Um and it's funny because I have a crappy monitor over here. This is supposed to be my great monitor, which is the one that my camera is attached to. This is like my NVIDIA like 3D vision. And then
Hmm.
over here is my 27-inch Acer, which we joke is Opie's monitor. That's what she looks at when she is like engaging with everybody. She can see herself or whoever she's watching. Because there are certain streamers that I absolutely adore and love, but I can't because the blinking lights, so seizure stuff for me. So she watches them
Right.
on this one. Um, and on my normal gaming monitor, I can't see the little and they glow, but I for some reason on this monitor, I can't see it, so I'm having to play it through OBS on this monitor and look over here because I'm gonna have to figure out how to just for that particular game, like switch it so that the game pops up on this one and just play off of this monitor because I can't see well enough. I feel like if I could
Just
see, it would have a better advantage, obviously. But
you should be able
um,
to move. You should be able to move it with no problems. There's
yeah, I
I
just
could.
have to have Adam help me with it
Yeah.
before
Right on.
he's just been real busy. But yeah, almost done with Layers of Fear, almost done with Sister Location. And then we'll be moving into Layers of Fear 2, I think, after that. But yeah, I mean, we're just, normal setup this week. Gonna play some Among Us, get people real riled up. I don't know. Just have some fun.
You hear that they're adding a new
Whoosh.
stage in Among Us?
I heard. Oh, it's funny you say that. Someone was saying that Phasmophobia was getting a prison stage.
Yeah, they're
R-
going to be adding a new prison stage
Rumor
too on
has it.
Phasma.
So Among Us is getting a new stage, and so is Phasmo. So that's interesting. That'll be fun. I don't know when. Do you?
Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh,
I'm assuming soon.
I hope so.
Because they showed a sneak peek on it on their update, so who knows? We'll see. But that's cool.
Yeah. What about
As
you?
for me, like this is a good question. Like you know what? Since I've beaten the games I wanted to beat,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of in this weird free fall, like free mode of like what I'm wanting to do.
Right.
Maybe do some Dragon Ball a little bit to see where that's going to go. But then again, at the same time, I've been getting back on
Mm.
Monster Hunter World, on the
Oh,
PS4.
really?
Yeah, you don't have Iceborne on the PS4, so you can't play with me. That's
Says the
I've
man that hates that game but is playing it now. You
what
hate
are you
the
talking about? I
you hate
always
the
liked the game.
story.
I
You
hate the
hate the
story.
story. And
Exactly.
that what
There
that's what
should be a
makes
story.
the game.
Not for Monster Hunter series, but half the like all of Monster Hunter throughout this whole time until this game, they did not focus on story. It was just killing monsters. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to deal with this with the story. Simple as
Okay.
that. So yeah, I mean, but no, so that's why I'm playing. I'm trying to get more armor sets for that. But on Saturday though, which is going to be cool, I believe it's going to be after the podcast. We're going to be doing a community watch of Die Hard, of Die Hard, the best Christmas movie, over on the CFG's Discord. So that's going to be very fun too. So so
That'll be
that's space.
awesome.
I will love. Yeah,
I
I just love
argued
the idea of that. Huh?
I argued with someone not too long ago for about 2 hours that Die Hard was a Christmas movie, and they're like, "No, it isn't. Take it back." And I was like,
I love. Oh,
make me."
when's the Die Hard session? It's going to be after the podcast. Next week. Next Saturday. So it's
Next
going to be
Saturday.
December 5th, I believe. Yeah, December 5th. Yeah.
This
So we're going to
yeah?
be. Yeah. It's going to be December 5th. Wow, it's
Oh,
really
because
crazy.
Friday I get my injection. Sweet. And that's also the yeah. We might have a special guest in the house that day.
Your dad.
No. I'll text you. I'll message you
Oh,
after.
okay.
We'll do,
All right.
yeah. It's another
That's cool.
streamer. They're gonna be in town, so
Oh, okay, okay.
you know what I'm
I think I know
saying?
what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be very cool. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know more on the information. I was just talking the other day. I was like, you know what? I every year I like to watch Die Hard because it's the best Christmas movie. Yeah. So why not we just do this as a
Me too.
community night? So that's gonna
Die
be very
Hard
fun.
and Home Alone, man.
Yes.
Those are my favorite Christmas movies.
Yes, I was gonna say merge them together, just call it Die Alone, but that wouldn't be good. Not for Christmas. All right. Guys, this was episode number 74 of the CFG Gamecast. Thank you for stopping by and being a part of the conversation. We are always having a fun time with everyone here. Be sure to, if you definitely want to support us, by all means, go to our any podcast services. Check us out on Apple, Google Podcast, Stitcher Radio. We are now also on Amazon. So, which is the weirdest, coolest thing that I did was like, because I've been reading a Ready Player 2
Mm-hmm.
on my
And doxing
Audible
yourself.
books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and doxing myself while I'm doxing myself. Yeah. But they said they actually added a podcast section, and I decided, I just wanted to see if we are on here. And then sure enough, we were there, CFG Gamecast. And I was like, that's so cool to see that we're on that we're there too. So definitely love
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, so you could definitely go check us out on any of the podcast services out there, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to check out all the content that we like to do. So once again, this is Davis signing off with Lex and Frozen Smitty.
Frozen
Y'all,
Smitty.
take it easy.
Bye.
Okay, we all done.
Don't